I'm in a very weird mood right now. I'm feeling both demoralized and very motivated. Why? Well, let me show you. Just going to go into the Nether here. And this is basically a creative version of my single-player world. And, well, there's no builds in this one, except I have explored quite a lot. Now, you may be wondering, why do I explore? Isn't that cheating? Isn't that, you're seeing everything. You know where everything is. Well, the series is less about survival and more about, well, building. But the thing is, I of course had to go through a whole survival thing. Now, when I am playing, of course, I have to go through everything like it's in survival. Absolutely. There's no avoiding that, right? Well, what happened is I was coming over here, and so here we are in the Nether. We're in this area which has, well, look, plenty of bones all over the place, right? I need Soul Sand Valley so I could find dried... Hold on. I can see so much farther with the shaders on. I need dried ghast. So what happened? I came in here. I came all the way over here. And I realized that this whole area had already been loaded. You see, I have a 32 render distance, and this is within 32 chunks of the portal, right? So all of this had already been loaded. So guess what? No dried ghasts. Yeah. So I'd come in. I actually fought a whole bunch and almost died right over here. I was right over here. I was trapped. I was in danger. Just like Ralph Wiggum says, I'm in danger. That... Probably not the same skeleton, because it's a different world. But I was trapped. And I got all of that on video. I'm going to edit out some of it. But the problem is, I had to go back. I had to go back, and I had to come back in and use MCA selector to trim the chunks, so I can get this all reloaded again. Yeah, so... As you can see, this is a really large area. Now, a lot of this is quite inaccessible. Look, it's a little bit far down there, and it's difficult to get around. But if I just fly around like this, of course, it's easy, right? And yeah, I don't see any dried ghasts around here. Where are they? That's the problem. I'm having problems finding dried ghasts. I did actually find one. I know where one is. And there's one right there. But one of these days, I'm going to come around here. I'm going to explore this whole area looking for dried ghasts. I want a whole herd of dried ghasts. I don't know if they're herds. I don't know what they are. There's another one there. I can find plenty. There's one there. But they are not easy to get to. It's just that not all of these fossils get dried ghasts. And the closest over to here, you know what? There were no dried ghasts around me. I looked at all of these fossils and nothing. But once I did get loaded back in, now I should say that there is one just over here. Like, I was trapped over here, so I know that there's one right down there. This one's easy, fairly easy to get to. I'm just gonna have to figure out how to get across here. And I can get it. That's, I know it's spoilers, right? But that's not the point of episode 2. The whole point of episode 2 is what I'm building and how I'm using Happy Ghast. But the problem, I was down to, I don't know, not many hearts. I I decided, well, I'm going to just run for it right now. I need, because all of my equipment is close to breaking. I mean, my shield was. And I was just trying to run because I was, there was a skeleton over there, and I jumped, and I missed. I fell down here. This is not on video, unfortunately. I fell down here. Now, can I get to that? No, it's up there, isn't it? Yeah, it's farther up. So, I was stuck down in this hole. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to pillar up. So I started pillaring up, going up. And then there was a skeleton who shot me, and I fell back down again. I was down to 1 heart. What happened? That skeleton fell down right on top of me and killed me. So all of my stuff is down in this hole, and I have to figure out how to get it. That is what demoralized me. I felt terrible. I had lost all my stuff. I had a diamond sword, which was not enchanted, so that's not a huge loss. But I'm going to have to come back in, and I'm going to have to find everything again, you know? That's the annoying thing. That's what's upsetting, and I'm having problems finding how I get back. I don't know where the tunnel is. I should probably put something in to tell me where the tunnel is. Oh well, I'll just fly back this way because I can get back this way. But even though that was demoralizing, I am still very motivated. I am really motivated to get back in, get back over here, get my stuff, and I don't know where my portal is. Where the heck is my portal? This is silly. This is a different portal I'm looking for. There's one around here. I don't know where it is, but it's around here. So, I am somewhat annoyed, but I know I'll recover. I'll get back in. I didn't lose a whole lot of important stuff. I just had to use a whole lot of the iron that I collected to get myself back. And yeah, I will come in and I will try to get my stuff back, and I will try... I think it's up there, actually. I will try to recover everything. The portal's in here, right over here. See? So my motivation is... It's in a weird place right now. Very, very weird place. And I don't know how to describe it. I feel like August is going to be a good month. I just feel motivated to get in here and record. The only thing that is keeping me from recording a lot of, or using a lot of time to record, is the fact that we've got this festival going on this weekend, and my wife is volunteering, and I'm the driver. I have to drive around and everything. So I've got a lot of things that I need to do, and it makes it difficult for me to just sit down and record videos. Even right now, while I'm recording this, I don't want to get into anything really important, but even while I'm recording this, and if my wife calls and asks me to come pick her up, I've got to answer, and I'll probably end up stopping recording. You see, I need to concentrate. I need to dedicate the time to be able to do it. And when I don't have that, it gets a little bit difficult, right? But I think At least this weekend, I'm going to have plenty of time. At least I hope so. I want to get episode 2 done. I really want to get that dried ghast alive this time without dying. And see if I can recover at least my sword and the 2 bundles that I made. I don't have any string. That's part of the problem. I need to go spider hunting. But with my lack of good armor, it's kind of hard to do that and not be in danger, you know. I mostly play this for the building aspect, not the survival aspect. At least that's how I enjoy it. But I do feel motivated. There are a lot of things because we have a lot of news about the upcoming update. My previous videos about the everything that's been added, and I forgot to include the bronze copper horse armor. May as well be bronze. And so yeah, I feel like I want to make the tutorials very soon. I'm thinking I'm gonna wait until after the next snapshot, which should be this upcoming week. And I'm going to just see if there's any changes and whatever. And I'm just going to go and record those tutorials. Why? I want to get in early on the tutorial scene for these new features. The last few updates, I have been doing the tutorials the 1 to 2 weeks before the update comes. And if this is I believe this is the fall update, so it should be coming in September. We've got time, but I want to give those videos time to be viewed. I want to be in early on all of those tutorials, so I'm going to get them going. I think the one that is going to be the easiest to do, at least, is the shelf. The shelf is generally straightforward. Oh, well, I should say the copper golem is fairly straightforward too. The only issue here with the copper golem is making sure that, do I try to build a fairly comprehensive sorting system with the copper golem to demonstrate in the video, or do I just do the basics? Because I like to do the basics. Of course I do the basics, but I think it's fairly straightforward. The copper golem is far more straightforward than sorting systems that use redstone. Those ones are so much more complex. With the copper golem, you really don't need to do much with it. Copper golems don't wander away. They stick around the copper chest, constantly opening the copper chest and going back and forth to the other chests. Just keep them in a locked room with all of the chests, or at least the backs of the chests. And you just dump everything in a copper chest and have them sort automatically. I mean, that's so simple, you know? You need to make sure that the chests that you already have in there already have one piece of each of the things that you're sorting, right? But I mean that's fairly straightforward. You can keep an area, like one area for, let's say, wood, another area for different types of stone. That's very easy, and it is straightforward. I actually like the copper golem. So I'm really motivated because of what's coming. And the shelves, I know that they have an interesting function where you can have a whole hotbar setup ready to switch out, which is really interesting. The thing that I'm really interested in with that is the decoration possibilities, the building. It is really versatile. Just what you could do, like railings, furniture, wall designs, column designs, like so many things you can do with a shelf that doesn't actually involve storage. I mean, you can even use them as like the front of cabinet doors. Just put something in two of the slots, or one of the slots, like for a handle. This is really interesting. I should probably make a video about this. I think I will. I know others have, but I really want to experiment with some ideas with it, because it's one of those blocks. It's functional. It's a functional block that is also amazing for designing things, decorating. I love it. But yeah, so I am feeling good right now. So motivated. I just have to know when my wife needs to be picked up, because she's preparing for the festival right now. And I don't know what time she needs to be picked up, or if she needs to be picked up at all, because she's just busy. She doesn't know what's going on herself. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully tonight I can get some good video recording done, because that would be ideal. Anyways, sorry about the spoilers. It's not really a lot. You know that I'm looking for dried ghast, and I will get it. It's just a matter of doing it. But let me know what you think. Know what you think about anything that I talked about. I'm just curious to know what you have to say. If you like videos like this and would like to see some more, then please consider subscribing to this channel as well as my main one. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.